Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be the weekly review of the Power Profit Scan newsletter, which is a component of the Inner Circle subscription that I offer at the site, which costs $99 for an entire year. You get the live chat room access, and then you also get this newsletter that I send out every weekend. And I just want to go over it, but before I do, as always, a couple disclosures. First off, am I trying to imply that every alert that is sent out, every scan, is just all winners and there's money raining from the sky? Absolutely not. There are losers. There are charts that aren't very smooth. There are charts that just don't really go according to plan. So nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. No strategy is perfect. So yes, by no means am I trying to say that if you sign up, all you're going to have is winning alerts sent to your email, and nothing like that. But it does also go to show on why managing losers, why having a disciplined system in place is important, because while losers do happen, winners also happen, as you're about to see. And when those winners do happen, you want to make sure that you have your account in the proper position to benefit over the long run. So discipline, risk management, risk focus truly is, that's why it's the pillar of any, successful trader. Because losses happen no matter what, people try to make you feel or tell you. Trust me, nothing is perfect. And then second, we are going to be going back a ways and looking at, actually, let's bring this down here a little bit. We're going all the way back to 11/26. Why are we going back so far? Two reasons. First, it's just a matter of giving the chart plenty of time to play out so that we can see what actually happened with the alert. And then second, a matter of being fair. I mean, if you just had paid for something and then all of a sudden you saw it out for free on the internet, I'd imagine you'd feel kind of ripped off. So I'm assuming you can understand from that point of view. But yeah, just a matter of giving the chart plenty of time and then keeping things fair. So let's get to it. Before I go any deeper, one of the main questions, Clay, what sort of prices do you cover? What sort of range? Anything. I cover penny stocks up to stocks over $100. If I think that the odds are in our favor to have a profitable and winning trade, then that's what I care about. I care about probabilities, not price. So if I think it's probable and that the probabilities are in our favor to produce a winning trade, then like I said, that is what I'm focused on. So right here, we have about a $20 stock, and you'll see we have a wide range here. But for this first one, just created kind of a category of just starting on OSTK. You can see it did break through that pretty long-term trend line there, and there was some good solid volume with it. So just kind of questioning, was this a bigger breakout that was about to begin? I believe I mentioned this earlier, but the newsletters are sent out over the weekend, usually on Saturdays. So you have all weekend long to, I should say more so Saturday morning, or at least early Saturday afternoon. So you have, all weekend long to essentially kind of put together any sort of trade plan or approach that you may want to take. So here's the chart looking like it was at the close of the previous week. So the next candle you'll see will be, Monday morning. So let's see how this one played out. And right away, you can see that it had broken above the trend line, but it gapped down on Monday morning, and then after the gap down showed no power, and then back down it went. So, I threw out that question of the category, is it just starting? Well, apparently not. So here is an example of one where the potential was there, but nothing, and you can see the next day right there, nothing ever came about from it. So, this would just be, I'm not going to call it a losing one, because it definitely, with the gap down kind of gave things away right out of the get-go. Why would something just be starting if all of a sudden it's gapping down? Now, sure, could it have made a quick turnaround? Yeah, it could have made a turnaround, but, like I said, that never happened, and it just went straight down. So as far as this alert was concerned, yeah, this is what I would call just a no play. I meant to do this at the start of the video, but just to keep some perspective, because I understand how things can come across, and I'm guilty of it. Just last week, I talked about one of the alerts that made a 200-some% move. So all those moves definitely do happen. Again, do they happen every single week? Absolutely not. And anybody that's trying to proclaim they happen every single week, they are misleading you. So perspective does matter. And January for 2019, Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. But just like I said, perspective, CD rates, what are going on out there? Well, for right here, 2 years, and these are the best. So these are the best available ones out there. For 2 years, you can get yourself 2.9%. 2 years, 2.8%. So think about that. 2 years, 2.9%. And just keep those numbers in mind as we go through the numbers of the alerts. And, that'll help keep this all in perspective. So the next alert that was sent out Up here, AMD, pretty well-known stock, and just threw it in the technical pattern category as we had this symmetrical triangle that had formed. So let's see how this one played out. Again, this was a chart over the weekend, so let's see how the week started to play out. Still nothing happened from a pattern perspective, but right there did get the pattern breakout, consolidated a little bit, a nice little back test right there of the previous break trend line. So, people that potentially missed the opening breakout, the chart was kind enough to pull back and let them pick up a ticket if they wanted it. And then got the nice move up there, which equated to a 16% move before things did pull back. And 16% in basically a week and a half. And am I saying anybody played it perfectly for 16%? No, but let's say you played it. Let's say you screwed up half the trade. That's still 8%. And again, what did we just see? 2.9% for 5 years, or 8% in a matter of like 5 days. So 2 years for 2.9% or 8% in 5 days. I mean, I know which one I would pick. So yeah, a nice little breakout here. Would have been nice if it got more follow through. But yeah, sometimes those breakouts, they do break out, but they just don't get too much follow through. But again, it did still move 16%. Next one I alerted here, AMRS, and the category just kind of made it up. Bigger bounce Brewing, because there was kind of lower volume here, but the price was, as I talk about over here in the little comments, quietly creeping its way back upwards. So the question just became, is something brewing? Is there a bigger move that may be following? So let's see how this one played out. So here we go. Price did not waste much time at all. Got the move up through there. And then continued on up. And continued on up that much more for a total move of 18.5% before it did pull back. Once more, am I saying anybody played it perfectly for 18.5%? No, but once again, we'll say you screwed up half the trade. So you got, and we'll just go with 9%. So 9% in the matter of basically a week, 9% for 1 week, or 2.9% for 2 years. Once more, I know which one I would choose. So again, was it a massive move like like a couple alerts I showed in last week's video? No, none of these have been a 200% mover so far. However, compared to 2.9% over 5 years, these are some pretty solid movements that the alerts have given. The final alert here we'll talk about is one I got totally wrong, but in a weird type of way, and in a way that I'm not complaining about. But yeah, again, just a category that I kind of made up to try to summarize things. Put it on the back burner. If you got the stove, you got the back burner. Just put it on the back burner. Just keep an eye on it. And I explain all that right here because the chart had made a very clear pattern in the sense of just going sideways. It became very apparent that red line there, which is the 200-day moving average, was the key break. But I said, there really hasn't been much volume, but just keep an eye on it. Put it on the back burner. Maybe at some point over the next few weeks, it'll make a move. But yeah, just put it on the back burner. I don't really think anything's going to be happening anytime soon. Yeah, I was wrong. So let's see how this one all played out again. That 200-day simple moving average right up there was, that key break. And I was kind of right at first because once again, the price just kind of was going in that sideways channel, nothing really happening. And then all of a sudden it got up there and it actually did break through that level. Not a lot, but it did break through. And then from there, it just, as you see, all of a sudden just kept on creeping up. It kept on going up. And eventually peaked out right there for a move of 43.2%. And like I said, yeah, it did go sideways for a few days, but I definitely wasn't thinking it was going to turn around and go that very same week. But hey, it did for a move of 43.2%. So we'll keep up with the theme of if you screwed up half the trade, that's still 21% roughly that you would have made in the time span of, we'll just say 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, 21%. Or 5 years, 2.9%. So a very nice move here, and one of those where, yeah, you just never know. So always keep your eye on things because you may think that something, it's not going to move for a while, but it may surprise you in a good way like it did here. But just kind of chuckled at this one because the very category that I made for it totally was, no need to have put it on the back burner. It could have been on the front burner because it actually made that week. But again, the nice little learning lesson there is, yeah, you may think something is not going to move for a while, but it could very well surprise you. So yes, compared to last week, no massive winners, but things in perspective, I was actually very, very pleased with this batch of scans because nothing huge, but definitely some good, solid chunks that came in relatively quick amounts of time. So hopefully, not hopefully, I know members made money off it because I got several thank yous. So congratulations to the members that did benefit. If you are interested in joining, all are welcome to join. Just go to claytrader.com/inner circle, or you can just go to claytrader.com, and there's plenty of areas where you'll see inner circle that you can click on. As I talked about, you do get the Power Profit Scan newsletter. There's also the live trading chat rooms, and there's other benefits right here. There is a mobile app too, so it's not like you have to stay chained to your computer or tablet or anything like that. You can stay up to date on everything, no matter where you are. And as far as the price, I think I said this already, but I don't remember. $99, not per quarter, not per month, not per week, per year. So per year, 12 months, $99. If you break down the math further, it equates to $8.25 per month. Or if you break down the math even further, it breaks down to $1.90 per week. $1.90 per week. I should go to Starbucks website right now and look up what a cup of frate lattes cost, but I'm sure it's more than $1.90. So if you can sacrifice a cup of coffee per week, then there you go. You can afford this, and we would love to have you. If there are any other questions, leave them in the comment section. Get a hold of me through social media. Whatever makes your life easier as far as communication, let me know, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. But yeah, hopefully decide to join and try it all out.